some more of that JoJo Part 7 hype. On this stream, we are covering Volume 14, which covers chapters 52 to 54. And there I am. Hopefully without that many drop frames this time. No, I don't have that many drop frames this time because I don't know what was happening last time, but beforehand, whenever I was streaming, it would in theory drop the frames. I have no idea why. So my last time, my lip sync was a little bit out. I think out by maybe about a second. Like whenever I spoke a word, it would just like it would never work. And I was like, oh great. So I had to figure out what was going on, and I had to actually kind of cancel OBS twice, and then have to actually change some certain things. It worked afterwards. So I was like, oh, that was it. So yeah, anyhow, last time on JoJo Part 7, oh my boy, was it quite the volume. It was, oh boy, that was a volume of JoJo Part 7. I was like, yep. I mean, it was like, it started off like, wowee, like that's a way to start, to, wow. At the end, I was like, Jesus Christ. It was all the emotions of JoJo, like in like one volume. I was like, man. So yeah, where we left off, we got introduced to Wekapipo, who's now, I believe, fighting Gyro. Well, it was actually kind of, they were in a very tight spot currently, I do believe. All Gyro and Johnny, they were in quite a tight spot because I believe half their face was missing. I was like, oh, wouldn't you know, half their face is missing. So yeah, as I've said, Gyro's been turned into a tree, freaking almost died, and now half his face is missing. The poor dude does not catch a break. Let's face it, the boy does not catch a break. So yeah, anyhow. Sorry, I have to keep on checking. I have to keep on looking at my face on the other screen because I have to check whether or not my frames are dropping quite a lot. Because it's drop frames 95. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, that's a lot of frames to drop. It's like nothing. If you have 95 frames lost, it means you have nothing. But no, I think it's working fine. I think we're good. Anyway. I don't know why this volume's a lot longer than the previous one, because the other one's normally only 3 chapters long. This one's 4. I was like, oh, must be a mystery behind it. So anyway, anyhow, let's begin chapter 52. So, chapter 52, Wrecking Ball Part 2. So, what happened? It was an accident. She fell down some steps while she was working. She had a large bruise on her head, and her left shoulder is broken. Oh man, that is actually kind of really interesting when you think about it. Science with JoJo. One of the many things I love about JoJo is the science, because I learned quite a lot that I didn't know beforehand. One of the things that's the very many virtues of JoJo Part 7. Gyro, what are you thinking? Don't think about extraneous things, just focus on the treatment at hand. Mother, where's father? He's in Firenze. Even if we call him now, it'll take at least 3 days for him to return. I've met this one before. She was one of father's patients. Her optic nerve, the nerve in the back of her eye is damaged. Huh. Talk to your father about that. This woman, apparently her vision was impaired. That might be why she had this accident in the first place. But all that aside, as for her current injuries, are they serious? Though, no, they are not a problem. She won't die from them. And your father would have this to say. If we can save her life, then we should be thankful for it. Don't overstep your boundaries. Why didn't father do something about her eyes? Look at this portion here. This portion of the optic nerve is definitely a harder wound to mend, but using the rotation of the steel ball, we could operate on her, and we might be able to get her vision back. If that rotation is precise, we could use that rotation to turn this needle. And so the severed nerve back together. Then the light in this woman's eyes will be restored. Gyro, I don't have much medical expertise, nor do I have the ability to use the steel balls. But let me tell you this. This woman's vision impairment is unrelated to what we have to do now. Right now, what we have to do is fix the injuries from her accident. I didn't see anyone waiting outside in the hall. Does this patient have a family? No, one came. She has no one. I heard that her brother, former Imperial Guard, was killed in a duel regarding her divorce problems. She was brought here, but it's taboo for anyone to take care of her. Oh. Oh. She's a taboo, Gyro. Don't step out of line concerning this woman. Which side will the ball fall on after hitting the net? But that case is applied to this woman. If you don't do anything, she'll be left floating in the darkness. The ball won't fall on either side. What? The steam? This. What is this, Gyro? Oh no. Half your bodies, and I left half too. Calm down, Johnny. Don't panic. His name, he used to be an Imperial Guard in my country, Wekapipo. This is left half ataxia. If his steel ball had actually hit us straight on, it would have killed us, but the shockwave from the throw affects us too. His technique is different from the Deathly family. It is an ability that was created for the specific purpose of guarding the Imperial family. It's called Wrecking Ball. Left half? What? What did you say about my left side? Left, you can't see things that are on the left side of your body. Because of the shockwave, everything looks like their left side is missing. That's the ability. Huh. But your left arm and left leg are still there. You could be looking directly at them, but your brain doesn't register it. That's what the ability does. That's impossible. Look, I can even touch it. Even if I look for my left arm with my right, I can't find it. It's not there. That's what he made you think. Even if you're not touching it, your brain thinks it's not there anyway. Listen, stay calm. The effects of the shockwave only last a few seconds. Everything will be back to normal soon. The bigger problem is the other guy who's on the sled. He moved over to our left side. We can't see him since he's already moved over to the lost left half. The other guy should be close by. Huh? This is my country's Imperial Guard's offensive strategy. Even the mountains, they look like they're missing a half. The left side of the mountain, it's gone. Is the other one really coming our way? There's no sound of hooves or sled dragging on the ground. I can't hear anything. Listen, Johnny. Right now, we can't perceive anything on our left sides. So give up. So you just keep looking to your right. Huh? You can see your right side, right? If you keep on looking to your right and keep on turning your head that way, what happens? You make a full turn. That's what. Keep on looking to your right and you'll find the upper guy. The right, Johnny. The right. The right. Ah! Gyro! Oh was actually quite interesting arc, to be honest. I mean, it's one of those ones that it kind of throws something at you like, wait, what? But then you realize, oh yeah, okay, I get it. And it's just like it sort of becomes really interesting after that point. Like each arc in theory with the stand users does in theory improve upon the original one, because you have the whole entire idea that they keep on getting harder and harder to beat, and each one of them just gets a little bit more interesting in how they have to beat them. I actually quite like it. I mean, I say of every single part, but it's true. Like each one significantly gets better as the previous one. And I think Part 7 really kind of just does that expertly. The son of the Zeppeli family. So you did know, Gyro Zeppeli, about my identity, and about my ability about a wrecking ball. Huh? Gyro! Ura! Oh. Oh. Is that a Gyro? Is that a Gyro reference? Is that a Gyro reference? Oh man, that'd be the future parts. Like, is that I say a Gyro reference? No, is that a JoJo reference? Is that a low key JoJo reference? There, Rocky. You old bean, you. Oh boy, oh that man, that old bean. Did you do it, Gyro? The guy on the left, did you kill him? He's not moving, but it seems like the impact of the hit is moving away from him and trying across the ice. It can't be. Did he guard against it? It doesn't look like my nail bullets or the steel ball did any damage. Hey. The nail bullets are moving away from the target. It definitely seems like the force of the impact is being scattered away from him. Gyro, did you know those two? I only knew the guy on the right, Wekapipo, but I've only heard about him. Johnny, he's going to throw his steel ball again. Get ready for the next blow. Remember his ability. The satellites on his steel balls hit us. The shockwave from the throw gives us left half ataxia. If our left side disappear again because of the satellites, their strategy is to use that guy to move in and attack us. He's going to shoot us from the side, huh? It takes my nails a few seconds to grow back, even if I eat the herbs. But what does this guy? I actually can't speak currently. But what do these guys want? I don't understand why they'll be attacking us here and now. The ice could break from under us at any moment. They know that we don't have any corpse parts. Even if they were here to get rid of us, they should be doing it after we find another part. It could be that Wekapipo knows where the legs are. He might have already found out where the next corpse part is before us. Maybe they found out when they found us here. If so, they'll try to get rid of us first. But that's impossible. Only the backbone has the map to the next part. Hot Pants has the backbone now. There's no way he could know where the part is. Pant. When the last of the 11 men managed to return with the right arm and the ears after taking them from Johnny Joestar, he said, "When I received the arm and the ears, it was only for a second, but a map appeared on the ground by Johnny Joestar's feet. It was a rough map, but it showed the mechanic trait. Hold up a second. I've seen it in my life before. So I want to know how you say it. Mackki. Mackinac. Oh, what do you know? Mackinac. That's how you say it. There's a rough map, but it showed the Mackinac Straits. Also, along with the map, for a brief moment, there was also an image of an animal in the snow too. I definitely saw it, the animal. Once I took the arm and the ear, it immediately disappeared. Listen, Wekapipo, just because it is a corpse, there is no guarantee that it will be hidden beneath the ground. It might be moving on its own. It might have combined with an organism or even some sand. Follow Johnny Joestar and Gyro and observe them. The corpse chooses the stand user after all. Pant, 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 pant. That wolf again. It does not seem to be after the horses, but it has been following those two since last night. Though they do not understand its significance, I know for sure now. Gyro, it looks like my nails have grown back, but well, as for my nail bullets rotation, I always use a horse's manes as a reference to spin them, or sometimes twigs and leaves, and if they're close enough, birds' wings. I'm talking about the golden rotation. If I had spun my nails more accurately, they might have hit the other guy faster. I couldn't do it, but I couldn't do it. How are you doing it? How are we supposed to use a golden rotation here? I'm talking about the golden rectangle. I don't know what to do. Golden ratio, not golden rate. Hello! I said golden rotation, it's golden ratio. It was golden rotation beforehand, and the last one was golden ratio. Sorry about that. I thought it was golden rotation for the whole entire thing, but it's actually golden ratio. I'm talking about the golden rectangle. I don't know what to do. We're already too far away from the trees on the other side of the bank. There are no plants. What am I supposed to use as a reference to spin my nail bullets? So I take it this arc must deconstruct both Gyro and Johnny slightly, because it's allowing Gyro to actually kind of see a person from his past, which actually is kind of neat. But I wonder if Johnny will get his development as well, because beforehand he actually got his development as well. I actually have seen a new Bateto. I thought it was actually pretty neat, though it doesn't have everything I need just yet. That's the problem. So, but it's actually really freaking cool so far. I quite like it. Gyro, he went for the next throw. The next one's coming our way. He threw two of them. There are two coming our way. Uh-oh. They were deflected. It can't be. Gyro still balls. What? What the? Zeppeli family seeks. They gain from the golden rectangle, the infinite rotation. It is born from a close observation of life and the power of nature. That is how one would pay respect to their steel balls. But this is a world of ice. Where would they be able to find the golden scale? Chapter 52, end. That was a really freaking good chapter, actually. I really did like that one, because it kind of... I love Wekapipo as well so far. He's actually really freaking neat. I think everyone's really freaking neat in this manga. That's the problem. I don't hate any of the characters so far. I actually quite like each of them. Like, so far, each of them really have just been really freaking cool so far. I quite like the fact it's actually kind of addressing something from Gyro's past. Like, he has never kind of actively seen him. It's only been heard of, but it was actually kind of neat that it's sort of allowing him to kind of see his past once again, if you catch my drift. So in a way, it must deconstruct Gyro's relationship with the world itself. When you think about it, like a lot of the time, it's actually kind of doing that. But I think possibly as time goes on now, even more so now we've hit the middle part, it might just start deconstructing his character even more. But it's then allows for Johnny to actually grow as well. Oh man, my throat. I don't know. I haven't really kind of. I don't know if not. I've actually kind of grown to like Gyro's father too much. He's there. I kind of like his. I like his philosophy, like the way that he kind of explains things. But other than that, I'm kind of like, he's alright. I love Johnny Joestar so much, just because of the fact that he's going on that hero journey from where he was beforehand to where he is now. It's quite a hero's journey, but it's a really freaking neat use of the hero's journey. It's not the kind of the conventional use of it. Wekapipo, steel ball user, wrecking ball. A steel ball that has 14 smaller parts attached to it, called satellites. This was a weapon designed for use in guarding the Imperial family, and while being hit by the satellites will do damage. What is more frightening is the loss of sensation on the left side of the target's body from the shockwaves. The feeling persists for a few seconds. Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, wait, what? I was like, Johnny's cool though. Nah, Johnny's father's an asshole. That's the problem. I can't stand Johnny's father. He hurt my son. He hurt my son. But yeah, I think Gyro's father's just, he has, I like philosophy and the way that they explain stuff sometimes, and I think how Gyro's father does it is actually kind of neat. That's just me at least. Actually can't put my bottle cap back on now. That was awkward. I literally could not put my bottle cap back on. Yeah, he is. No, Johnny's father is one of the worst dads in manga. I can't stand him. There's been quite a few, but he's like up there. So, chapter 33? Chapter 53? Wrecking Ball Part 3. Shit. That was a surgery that shouldn't have failed that time. Why did steam come out? That vapor, steam, the slightest pressure applied to my fingers during the surgery. That invisible coincidence. My steel ball's rotation wasn't perfect. It wasn't the golden rotation. Yeah, I can see that. I can see what you mean, because he has a different way of showing his emotions. Like Gyro's father doesn't actually kind of do it the conventional way, which is a neat thing in its own right, because you kind of get a different relationship from the both of them, I think, just because of the way that he expresses his emotions. It was all my fault. I can't make any excuses. My rotation was a failure. This person will never see the light again. Young doctor, why are you angry? I haven't been able to see for some time now. I'm grateful to you. You tended to my wounds from accident. I really truly am. Thank you very much. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. If it were my father, the surgery would have been a success. She would have been cured. The one who ruined it was me. Gyro, please don't step into boundaries of the human heart. That is Zephy's family's task. So Gyro, please don't step into boundaries of the human heart. That is Zephy's family's task. No one knows which side of the ball will fall on after it hits the net. It can't be. Your golden rotation failed. This is a wall of ice. The steel balls were overpowered. They were deflected. Johnny, shoot it down. The satellites are coming. I mean, it's kind of neat how they're actually kind of giving you those tidbits about Gyro's life really freaking slowly. Like, it's one of those things that sometimes it can be a detriment to a character's development. That you're getting this kind of development at a very slow pace, but here it's actually done really freaking damn well. That it actually does feel like it's warranted, because it happens at really crucial moments in the storyline. How you actually understand that at one point Gyro did actually fail. He actually isn't the best in the business, which actually is a neat thing, because he's always been perceived up to the point of when he actually met we actually had the True Man's World arc. Like, that whole entire bit with Ringo, it kind of allowed you to see that, look, he's not perfect in the sense of the present time. But now you kind of get this idea in the past time that it was actually also the same. He wasn't always perfect. He made mistakes. Which is one of the neater things as manga does, I think. It allows you to see there's a flaw within his character. Every single character in his manga is deeply flawed in their own ways. Which again is something that's really needed. We've always kind of yeah, I mean, Araki in his parts, he's one of the best writers I've seen in quite a while. Like, in essence, again, the only other people I know that have ever matched this kind of level of writing in my eyes was Berserk, Sangatsu no Line, and also I was going to say, I forgot the name for a second there, but Gintama. Like, the only other ones I've read in my lifetime that have ever affected me in a way. But Araki in his part really has actually kind of, he's grown as a writer. He's like, Christ, I know what to do now. It's impeccably written. Like, it really is. It's a really concrete manga so far. There's no distinct flaws in it. Like, even though people can actually argue the fact that it starts a bit slow, it doesn't really feel like that because it still feels like a JoJo part. It just evolves. It becomes this like magical experience, which is why I appreciate it. Gintama's impeccably written. It's one of those ones that catches you off guard how well it's written later onto the actual anime itself. It's one of those ones that people argue the fact, oh, it doesn't really have a plot until very later on, but the fact is it does. But it doesn't really kind of tell you it's there until like later on. It's like, oh yeah, now I get it. It's really freaking great. I don't understand why people kind of say there's no plot to it. There is a plot to it. It's just it kind of it has its own way of telling it. This is what I like about it. And plus the actual characters are so freaking well written that it brings me to tears every single time I see them in pain. But anyway, let's continue. I like the designs of these characters as well in these chapters. They're really, really freaking well designed. I love them. Ow. Oh, damn. Damn, really? What? What did he just shoot? That guy on the left. Even though we were a clear target. That cry just then. The wolf. Did he just shoot the wolf? Johnny, there are still 2 satellites left. But I still think, as a race itself, it would have been very interesting. Like, it's one of those ones that I think how it would have gone, it would have still been really freaking great. But the way he did it, it just, I don't know what he was doing, but freaking, I wish it was more like this in other mangas as well. Because certainly sometimes you get a de-evolution of the writer as time goes on, especially in long-running shonens. But here it's just like it went to a different level. Managed to avoid the satellites, but Gyro, I have bad news. I used up all 10 of my nail bullets. It'll take at least a few seconds for them to grow back. Wekapipo. He takes away his enemy's advantage one by one. His steel balls are completely different from the Zeppeli's. In their ability and their strategy, he fights in a way that the Imperial Guards are carefully trained in. The Golden Rectangle. He's trying to wrest the scale away from us one by one. And that's why he chooses this location, this setting where there's no life, the frozen strait, to attack us. I still think, though people say part 7 is the best written one, I still think part 4, 5, and 6 were really freaking amazingly written as well. Like, as parts, I think part 6 more than part 5, but part 5 had its moments, but I still think they're amazingly written mangas in their own right. Even part 1 and 2 to an extent. Part 3 is kind of the most hit and miss one with me, I think. I don't know, I enjoy it for what it is, but it's just like, at the end of it. There is better parts out there. I think when part 4 came along, it just kind of blew everything out of the water. So for me, I was like, oh, yeah, part 3 is not really kind of in the same ballgame as part 4. This is good. You've done well. Magenta, magenta. For now, we have secured our claim to the corpse part. We can eliminate Joestar and his partner without worrying about it getting away. And the shockwave from the steel balls should be affecting them soon. Left half ataxia is taken hold. This is a really freaking good part. Like, oh my god, this is actually really freaking good. Gyro, everything to the left is disappearing again. Oh. He's coming. He's going to come from the left. We don't have time to look at all the way around either. Crunch, crunch. Alright, first I'll take care of Gyro Zeppeli. Johnny Joestar out of nail bullets anyway. He's nothing, he's good as dead. What we can do is try and make out where he might be based on the marks on the ice. There are marks on the ice from when we attacked him with the steel balls into nail bullets. But shit, the more I look at them, the more those markings are starting to fade out from the left too. Ura! Ow. Like the only I mean people do kind of take criticism of Eisen from Bleach, but he was kind of a good villain, I think. Because I think it made you realise the parts afterwards in Bleach weren't that great. That's the thing with it. Like there was technically no other better villain than Eisen. I don't think actually was a real villain after that point. Well, there was the final end game boss, but no one really remembers him too much in Bleach. Same thing goes with Naruto a little bit as well. I think Naruto's a little bit better than Bleach towards the end. I think. Yeah, Aizen's got charisma, I think. It was just Aizen was a good villain, I think. He was good for his time. Because everything after that point was absolutely terrible, so it was just like, what's the point? Like, nothing ever got close to Aizen's character. Same thing kind of... I think the same thing kind of happened with... not to the same extent, but Berserk kind of had that problem. Like, the Golden Age arc was so freaking phenomenal that I think everything after that point, it kind of... It was like, would it ever kind of top that bit? I don't know. That was the thing with Berserk as well, I think. I can't remember any other ones off my head that kind of had the exact same problem. But I think the villains were kind of a bit better in Naruto, I think, than with Bleach towards the end. I think Bleach just kind of gave up. Like, the villain was just... Plus the ending was kind of like, what? Wait, what? Like, I knew the circumstances of what happened, but still, it's just like, oh, that's how it's ending. Oh. It was really strange how it all just came together. I was like, what? And it ends, you're just like, how? What? Whoa. It's coming this way. Hey. Hey. He missed. I can't even tell if he missed or not. I didn't miss anything. Cool. Just in case I thought I missed something on the previous page. You did it! He's over there. It hit. No, it's not over yet. The wound's not deep. It only grazed him. It didn't do much damage. Johnny, get down. God damn it. Shit. That hurts. Spurt. 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 I actually really even can't remember Fairy Tail at all. Even after it ended, like, I can't even remember half of it. Like, it was actually that forgettable as a manga, which is terrible because it's like 500 chapters long. It's just so forgettable, and it's just like it was just. I was like, by the end of it, I was like, there's no point to this. That's the problem with that manga. Like, it was just really pointless towards the end. He's like, what's the point in this? Wekapipo! He took out a chunk of my shoulder. I can never say shoulder. There we go. Wekapipo, he took a chunk out of my. There we go. Can't say it again. Shoulder. There we go. What the fuck? He's not supposed to be able to see his left, right. Oh, what the fuck? He's not supposed to be able to see his left, right. God damn it! What the hell was that about? Those bastards are dead. I love this guy. I love them both. They're pretty cool. No, you were lucky. If his steel ball had been thrown the golden rotation, your entire arm would have been wrenched off. He's got a point. Ah. Oh. Gyro! Oh! It should have been around here. The other one. It has to be somewhere around here. Stop it, Johnny. You can't look for the steel ball that fell to the left. Even if you touched it, you won't be able to register it. You won't be able to register that you did it. But it should be around here somewhere. I don't know what's up with the word shoulder with me. Like, it just, whenever I have to say it in a sentence, I just can't say it. Like, it's just, it's the way it's pronounced. It's shoulder. That sound at the beginning kind of gets me. I want to say solder instead. Solder. But relax, Johnny. Regarding the enemy to our left, we're going to beat him. I just got our third steel ball. Go to hell! Magenta, show some humanity. Are you being careful? I'm talking about the bullet that you just shot Gyro with. Though the Zeppeli is unknown for being executioners, they are doctors as well. He must have let you shoot him on purpose. That bullet, he will try to use it as a spare steel ball. What? Uh-oh. Now, I like the tension in JoJo. It's really good tension because it's like, oh, will they survive it? Will they survive it? You never know. You never freaking know because Araki's a crazy man. He will kill off his favourite characters. You just never know with him. I love him. I love Araki for that reason. He will kill off anyone. Like, though it's depressing when you think about it, but he kills off anyone that you want. He's like, wow, the end of it. You can't trust the fam. You really can't trust the fam. He's crazy. I thought you killed off Gyro Zeppeli at one point. I was like, mate, you just killed off Gyro Zeppeli. But nah, it was alright. It was a red flag at the end. I was like, thank God. It's like, if you kill off Gyro Zeppeli now, I'll be depressed. Oh. Yes. Very good. He got against it. Whoa. You're gonna pick that up? You're gonna try to get that steel ball there? Looks like you can see to your left again, huh? I don't really care either way. Why don't you pick it up, you know? It's worth giving it a shot. That wolf you just killed, is that wolf the next corpse part? Are the corpse's legs inside that wolf's body? Is that it? Magenta, why are you conversing with the enemy? Gyro's planning something. Dispose of him now. Yeah, you're right. Oh man! Oh man! Ugh. With defensive stand, should have kept it on for a bit longer, don't you think? At least until a bullet that went up in the air came down again. Oh man, that was good. Oh, surprising doesn't actually creep me out. I don't know why. Certain things with eyes creep me out, but that bit was just like, all right. I don't know why. I have a really weird threshold when it comes to disturbing stuff. Certain things get me. Other things are like, oh, okay, all right. That's pretty disgusting, but Johnny, he's coming again. Have your nail bullets grown back yet? Get ready to shoot. 53 and wait a minute. Is there 4 chapters in this one, or is it 3? Am I going nuts? 52, 53, 54. No, it's only 3. I'm going nuts. I thought it was 4. Why is I reading 4? Oh, wait a second. How many pages are left? Oh, there must be 4. I'm going nuts. I'm losing my mind. I don't know why I lose my mind. Oh, my eyes as well. So, stand name, 20th century boy, magenta. Stand user. Once he wears this stand, he can channel the force of any attack into the ground and direct it away from himself. However, while wearing this stand, Magenta can't move any part of his body. 54 Wrecking Ball Part 4. Oh, Jesus Christ, I hit 2 buttons at the exact same time just then. I hit computer limbo. Wekapipo, he's coming this way. Crunch, 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 crunch. My nails are back, Gyro. I can shoot what I can shoot. What should I do? What do you want me to do? What we really need is the golden rectangle. Crunch, crunch, crunch. We have to make a perfect golden rectangle from nature. That's what we need to do right now. We need to be able to use that power. Unless we can use that rotation, Wekapipo's Wrecking Ball will definitely overpower us. I know that already, but what are we supposed to do? We're in a world of ice. He's getting ready to throw. Johnny, just back me up. I'm going over there to where the wolf is. Right now, if there's anywhere where there might be a natural rectangle, it would be where that wolf is. Plus, that's where both legs are, which means the corpse part should be also scaled according to the golden rectangle. If we can get there, we can win. There's a throw! He didn't throw 2 at once. Only one of them. Only one of them is coming. Gyro, he didn't try to knock Wekapipo's steel ball away. He didn't choose to defend against the throws. He bypassed it. He chose to hit Wekapipo directly. That means I have to stop the steel balls myself. Johnny, you have to stop it no matter what. You have to stop his first throw. Knock it down. You have to. Oh! Oh! Good, I can knock it down. I think I can manage, but I only have 10 nail bullets. I can knock this throw down, but only this one throw. What if he throws another one? I don't have any bullets left. Oh. It is true. I like the fact that she's still ball standoff instead of like a normal gun standoff. I think it's actually really freaking neat. Because the stakes are high when you think about it. Like, yeah, a gun duel is done in like 10 seconds if you're lucky. But a still run standoff, oh boy, very long time. Ah! Ah! I did it, Gyro. I knocked it away. Go. Go, Gyro, go! Oh! Yes, he did it! It hit! No. Ugh. Oh! Ugh. It can't be. There's still balls on his left hand. That rotation. The Zeppeli's found rotation. I guess Wekapipo, being a former soldier, also knows how to use that guard technique. As Gyro said, we have to be able to use the guard rotation. Without the rectangle, we can't win. What I should pay my respects to is the attitude, the willingness to learn from nature, which is the source of rotational power. However, that attitude is something I should be wary of as well. That determination, that drive to find the rectangle no matter what. Gyro, he's coming to throw his second steel ball! Ooh! This part is really freaking good. Like, really good so far. Like, man. I mean, not this part in general. I mean, the part in general is freaking incredible. But just this part, these chapters are amazing. Beautiful. Buonissimo chapters of JoJo so far. Amazing. Amazing. Uh-oh. He formed he aimed for the wall first. The wall underneath the ice. It was to be expected that you would seek the golden rectangle from the wolf's corpse. To complete my victory, I only had to get rid of it. All of the rectangles are gone now. You can't possibly adapt to the situation. Gyro! Both of his steel balls are returning to him. I like the fact that it's actually taking away the thing that Gyro has known his whole entire time, and actually allowing him to actually have to fight without it. I think it's actually really freaking neat, because again, you had the whole entire idea so far, the golden rectangle, but what happens when that's not in the actual fight itself? What does one do? You have to adapt to situations. It's actually a really freaking neat thing. No way, did one of the no way, did one of the satellites hit us? Our left side is disappearing. Gyro can only use one of his steel balls now. Left side attacks, you know. Currently I have 2 throws. One step. It seems that I am 1 step ahead of you. Oh, damn it. Damn. I can't find it. I can't find any. No way. There are no golden rectangles anywhere. Former Imperial Guard Wekapipo. I always thought if I followed the right path, it would always lead me to the light that would always lead me to victory. That's how I came all the way here. But right now, I can't see it. There's nothing here. God damn it! Has Wekapipo already called me? Already? In a place like this, in this world of ice, and damn it, there's still more than 1,500 kilometers to go in this race. I haven't finished anything that I started. I can't find a golden rectangle anywhere. Is this where my journey ends? I haven't settled anything yet. I haven't done anything yet. Gyro! Oh, come on. Don't do that to me now. Don't do that to me now. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Gyro. There's an unfortunate boundary line between society and the human soul. Execution's arbitrary, prolongness of life. These are special cases that are contradictory to nature. We, as Zeppeli family, are not allowed to intervene in those thoughts of the social order. This is our family's place. We are the ball that has hit the net. The Zeppeli family also believes in miracles. Let us pray for miracles to occur, for the ball to fall on the other side of the net. Snow. It started to snow. Yeah, that's the thing I like about this fight itself. Is the fact that he's actually fighting someone that's actually in the same league as him, in the same idea as him. It's actually kind of great because it allows him to actually kind of have to adapt his whole entire thing. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing again with this part so far. None of the people are evil. Literally, none of them are. They just have a reason to fight against the actual kind of protagonist. Though, could we call Gyro and Johnny the actual protagonists of the part? That's the question, because in theory, other characters could in theory be called the protagonist as well. That's the only thing this part does quite well. It kind of doesn't allow you to actually kind of realize. It makes you follow the journey of Gyro and Johnny, like you're following their journey, but you really could in theory call a lot of other people protagonists as well, because they all are main characters in their own right, in their own storylines within this world. Which actually is kind of a neat thing. My eyes are really painful today. My steel ball. What? What is going on? What is this? What is going on? Ooh! It broke. Wekapipo's steel ball. But Gyro is still fine. The snow. The snow is falling. Ah! Snow! It's only falling over there. Only where those two are. But it's still snowing. The wolf. Since Wekapipo broke the ice where the wolf was with his satellites, the water that flew up in the air from that impact lingered, and in this cold almost instantly became snow. I can't believe it. I can see the snowflakes that have formed in the air. The snowflakes are rectangles. The golden rectangle. Gyro can use the golden rectangles to his advantage now. Huh. Huh. It's actually kind of neat when you think about it. By the power of weather alone did Gyro Zeppeli win that battle. By other unconventional means that doesn't actually involve the fact of powering up to the fullest potential that you've got, but instead, no, he uses goddamn weather to his actual advantage. That's actually really freaking neat. The snow. I see the snowflakes. Gyro Zeppeli. How did you manage to make it snow? No. It must be because he hit the wolf with my satellites. It must be because I hit the wolf with the satellites and broke the ice. He did it! Gyro has one more steel ball left. He has another one in his left hand. The snow. Back at the casino when I handed the last of the 11 men the right arm and both ears, the 11th man must have coincidentally seen the image of the wolf that appeared on the snow. As Wekapipo and his companion targeted the wolf first, because they knew that the wolf had a corpse part in his body. It was all due to coincidence. Because of the coincidence, Wekapipo hit the wolf. It was by chance that it started snowing. A coincidence. None of my options were open to me. He definitely would have been the successor. The only thing of importance is the result. Gyro Zeppeli, you were chosen. Some force of nature chose you as the victor. It whispered that you will be the one to continue our journey. Continue on your journey. The falling snow was a miracle that was bound to happen, not a coincidence. You were chosen. It was a miracle, Gyro Zeppeli. Gyro! One step. I'm one step ahead of you, Wekapipo. Oh! Kill me! Finish me off! There's nowhere for me to return to. Do you think that they will keep me alive after this failure? So, you're saying that you have nowhere to go? That woman is kept alive because of the fact that she is blind. Gyro. If she still had her vision, then her former husband's father would have assassinated her long ago. He has the authority to do such a thing. They think that she will die on her own anyway. That is why it's good that she won't recover. That's how it is right now. If your surgery succeeded, she would have forced a much more tragic future. She would have faced a much more tragic future. Huh. That's actually a neat thing. They changed what was a failure into a success. Huh. What? You? What did you just say, Gyro? I think she was your sister. Nope, I'm definitely sure she was your sister. I messed up on her eye surgery after all. I know for sure that she's alive back in our country. My father has hidden her somewhere in the countryside. Probably. What? Are horses? Pant, 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 pant. What? That wolf? How is it running? Is that the same wolf? Look, Johnny, under the ice, where the wolf was shot. A log. That wolf guessed that. That wolf guessed that bullet only grazed it. That's a piece of wood underneath the ice. Hey, this must be the path underneath the ice. The shotgun went through the ice and hit the log, I guess. A path? We found it, Johnny. This is the route that the natives made. The route that we can take to cross the lake. Huh? The one we were looking for? The natives' trail. I can't believe it. It does exist. That means Pekaloka hasn't really found this trail yet. He should be treading carefully and slowly across the lake right now. Right. Johnny, once we take care of our wounds, we're heading out. Get our horses back over here. Whistle. A miracle. Believe in miracles. I see. Oh yeah, remember, there's another reason why you should stay alive, Wekapipo. Ah, my eye. Right now, I can't tell you exactly what, but Lucy still is in a sticky situation. I'm talking about Still's little wifey. Her life's in danger. Why don't you take care of your wounds? I want you to go and keep an eye on her. Are you only obligated to protect kings and presidents? A girl is fine too, yeah? I mean, we should be the ones doing it, but unfortunately we're busy winning this race and collecting these cult parts. 54 end. That was really freaking good. Holy crap. Like, yeah, it's kind of sad that Salmon didn't get the same treatment. That was one of the things. But again, it feeds into the whole entire idea and the philosophy of this manga so far. It's the fact that they kind of know what world they're getting themselves into. So it's one of those things that they either live or die. They know it themselves. They know themselves it might lead to their death or it might lead to their success. It's one of those things that, yeah, it's kind of depressing when you think about the fact that Salmon didn't get the exact same treatment, though Wekapipo did, but I guess it's a thing with manga. Again, as I said beforehand, I don't know how I would have felt if Salmon joined the actual group itself. because it's one of those things. I don't. It's a dynamic that's already been present in the manga so far. I don't know whether or not it would have added to it or detracted from it. One of those things I would have liked to have seen it, but it's one of those things that it kind of subverts the expectation you have for him to actually join the group itself, because it does in theory kind of end on the fact, oh, he might join it, but no, he actually dies. Yeah, they're emotional fights. They all have a reason for fighting. I mean, when you think about it, though Wekapipo failed his actual mission, he still in theory kind of has a reason to live. It's one of those things. Maybe the thing with Sandman is the fact that it all hinged on him winning that whole entire thing. If he failed, then the life that he wanted for his people wouldn't never have happened. So that's probably why he actually then perished, because the fact was he failed his mission. Possibly, maybe that's the reason why he didn't get the exact same treatment. Here it was a bit more of kind of like, it was a bit more open ended, because there's the whole entire thing of his sister. His sister was alive. The reason why he lives is still there. So that's the reason why he can carry on. So I'm guessing there's a reason for living in the manga as well. And if you take that away from the person, then it's kind of like, is there much point for them to actually continue? And I think that's what kind of happened with Sandman. I might be wrong. That's how I'm kind of seeing it now. Just reading that chapter. It kind of feels like as if that's the case. Like it all hinged on Sandman winning that race. If he didn't do it, or winning that battle as well, he didn't do it, and his people would never have kind of got the war that he wants them to have. Maybe. That's just me. So, chapter 55, the qualification for the victor. Because I mean, I would have liked to have seen him continue, because I love Sandman. I think Sandman's an amazing character. But it's the fact is, I think I know what Araki was trying to do. But I think Diego has a lot more going on as well. He's one of those people, he's got a reason to be there, and the reason to fight still hasn't kind of ended just yet. Like it's kind of like you have his own conflict of the fact that he wants to win for a set reason, but you also have the conflict between him and Gyro and Johnny as well. It's more than one thing, so the reason for him to be there is still there. It's not as if he's a wild card. I think he's got a reason, and plus it's actually kind of developing as time goes on. So the stillborn run transcontinental race. In this race, our horses travel an average of 50 to 70 kilometers each day. This is maximum distance we should travel to keep salmon loss and risk of unforeseen accidents to a minimum. We ignore anyone going faster than this place, because that racer would either wind up regretting from. Because that racer will either wind up retiring from the race or even dying. When we were crossing the Arizona desert, we discovered that after 11 in the morning, the temperature would rise up to 50 degrees Celsius. Whenever we found a sufficient amatoff shade underneath a tree or underneath a ridge, we would spread out our insect-repelling mats and just go to sleep. Our horses slept standing up. Once the sun started to set, we would start moving again. If there was enough moonlight, we would travel during the night. If it was too dark, we would immediately set up camp in order to avoid the risk of our horses coming into contact with poisonous plants or tripping over rocks. Our horses could go about four days without drinking water. Even while camping during the night, we were busy. It was necessary to brush our horses' hair thoroughly for a few hours. Not only does it serve to massage their muscles, but it also helps to ward off insects and keep horses clean and disease-free. While travelling, if our line of vision grew narrower, if there were wooden crosses littering our path, it was cause for concern. In the past, bandits would attack travellers along the road. Chances were that the place we were in was one of those places, the kind of geography that allows for surprise attacks. To go the longer route, even if there might not be any enemies, or to prepare ourselves for battle and push through, those were our only options. Yeah, I like Diego's character quite a bit. I like him more than more than previous previous Dio, because previous Dio is kind of one-dimensional. Here he actually has a reason to why he fights and everything like that, more than the actual kind of the conventional reason in the previous one. I like it a lot more, I think. But during the race, what really requires concentration and stamina is the process of crossing a river, be it big or small. Once you're in the water, you're vulnerable from all angles, not to mention that there are flies and mosquitoes all around you. Also, if your horse gets bitten by a viper that's swimming in the river, you're basically done for. Viper. Not viper, a viper. I wonder how many rivers we've crossed during the span of our journey so far, and how many more rivers we'll cross. The Italian coffee that Gyro makes is a special treat, especially during a journey like this. It's as black and thick as tar, and you mix the same amount of sugar as the amount of coffee before you drink. Once I drink 2 shots of this, all my fatigue instantly goes away. I'm suddenly filled with a surprising amount of energy. It smells incredibly delicious, and it makes me optimistic and enthusiastic about our journey ahead. The coffee is really a godsend. Gyro sometimes gives some of it to our horses to drink after he's cooled it down a bit. Sorry about that, my brain just kind of stopped. I don't know why my brain's just kind of stopping recently a lot. My eyes are really heavy as well currently. Yeah, I see what you mean there, actually. Oh. How long is this, Oh. Actually, that long, we've got like 30 more pages. At any rate, this race requires you to read the land and the climate. And the climate? The climate. the climate. It also forces you to pay attention to you and your horse's mental and physical strength as you keep on going. If you don't conserve energy, you will lose. After we cross 45 degrees north latitude, we only travel when the snow and the wind were blowing behind us or hitting us from the side. If the wind was hitting us from the front, even slightly, we would find a cottage or dig a hole where we could rest until the wind changed. Even for 2 or 3 days, we waited patiently. Impatient would only lead us to ruin. The pressure is intense, and like this, things pass. And when we were finally forced to our limits, that's when we finally started seeing the stage's goal. And this is the curious part. I have no idea why, and it really puzzles me. Is someone sending a signal? It even seems that way because there should be a discrepancy between all of the riders in the distance they travel, but when we start to approach the goal, all of the racers are rushing towards the finish at the exact same time. In this last stretch, they all use the last bit of energy that they have left, that they've been conserving. Gyro is Poker Loco. Following him is Gyro is Poker Loco. Following him is Higashikata. Poker Loco is right behind us, but frankly, I don't see him as much of a problem. I can tell just by looking at him. His running technique as a rider, he's third rate. Glance. The word glance. You think so, Johnny? Then why is that he's currently in first place? Yo, Poker Loco, baby. Don't get your panties in a twist. Yo, come on now, relax. Come on. That's Blizzard's hitting us the right way, Poker Loco, baby. Keep on following the wind. Glance. I love the way they just kind of have the word and their actions next to them. It's just the word glance on its own, like, I know what you're doing. Well, it's obvious, but it's kind of a neat thing. I like it. Use the wind, just let yourself ride on it, yeah? Hey, you giving me advice? Oh, of course. You know your body, me, and the wind. You got laid luck on your side, huh? That was what they said, yeah? All you've got is luck. Good luck. All the way. That's it. You've got luck all around you. But when we were crossing the strait, Gyro found the trouble before we did. So what? You caught up to them, didn't you? When everyone's fighting for the goal, when everyone's at their limits, what do you think puts someone above the others? Only good luck. You haven't lagged behind, you haven't got into any accidents. That's proof that you've got luck on your side, buddy. This blizzard is blowing for you. We can't lose anyone here, got it? We've only got 3 stages left in the race. We need to get points from this stage. We need them. Johnny, how much more distance do we need to cover, considering the amount of steps we've taken so far? I'd say only about 600 or 800 meters. Do you think 200 meters is a pretty wide gap in speculation? Then take the middle, 700 meters. Johnny, the blizzard's dying down. Uh-oh. What did I tell you, Poker Loco, baby? Look, you did it, Poker Loco. Look at where those two are heading, huh? Right for a crevice. A big gaping gap. They've got no choice but to take the long way around it. How many throws? Johnny, should I throw one shot or two? You need to make one throw. Don't slow down either. Got a rectangle. Tusk. Ooh. Ooh. Ora. Oh. Thunk. What? What the hell is that? A wire? I don't know what happened, but they hit the steel ball with something. Something. And scraped it into a wire so they could cross the crevice. Damn bastards. The hell was that? They crossed that crevice like it was nothing. Oh! Oh! Oh my god, here we go. We're back to this dude. Woo! We're back to this dude. Okay, deep breaths in, boys and girls. Deep breaths in. Gyro Zeppi, and following him, Johnny Joestar. The one that conquered the blizzard and the dreaded frozen strait is Gyro Zeppi. Gyro Zeppi finishes him first. Woohoo! There we go. I love him. I've missed him. He's been my boy. I love him. Oh! Oh. Ah. Airplanes. Ah, shit. Why? Not here. Wish they invented those damn airplanes sooner. I don't want to die. That bastard, Wekapipo. I don't forgive him. Gonna kill him. Fucking betrayed me. Shit. My eye. Damn it. Lucy still, huh? I heard everything. 7th stage, Philadelphia Triangle. Oh, Philadelphia Triangle, here we go. Here we go, Philadelphia Triangle. Oh boy. Oh man, that was good. That was good, JoJo. Oh god, I love this. I love this manga. Absolutely adore this manga. It's so freaking good. I love it. I do apologise for my reading this week. My reading's been really bad because my eyes are really heavy. Oh, God. I have no idea why. I'm actually not even tired. There we go. So yeah, anyway, let's talk about his part for a bit. Okay, so Wekapipo, an amazing kind of adversary. I wouldn't really call him a villain. I call him an adversary at this point. Because let's face it, I like the fact that he actually took away the advantages that Gyro actually had. It's one of the things that's actually very much needed again, is to take away the actual ways in which they use their powers, because otherwise you have the same thing over and over again. If you take that away, it actually allows them to adapt more, and actually allows them to then fully develop even more beforehand, because let's face it, they can in theory now adapt to situations that they would have otherwise could never do beforehand. Now because of that one fight, so Wekapipo's fight in its own right allows for this whole entire idea to develop between Gyro's character, the idea of how he actually fights. And I really did like that aspect. The other aspect I really did like was the fact of how they actually implemented his backstory into it. How they made you think he actually failed that eye operation, when in theory no, he actually saved her life. I thought that was actually a really neat twist, because you're thinking to yourself the whole entire time, oh crap, he's actually basically screwed her over. She's got no hope now. When in theory, no, if she got her eyesight back, she would then go out into the world, and then her husband's brother would actually then, or father, one or two, it was father, would actually then come back and actually then assassinate her, because he had that power. I thought it was actually a really neat thing, because it allows you to actually kind of see, like, not everything's actually a failure in its own right. Certain things do in theory actually kind of constitute to an actual success. Though they don't seem to be that way and perceived to be that way, they actually are. And I thought it was actually really neatly structured how it was actually kind of implemented into the backstory itself, because you had this whole entire idea, oh, he's failed this test, he's failed this whole entire thing. No, in theory he didn't. He did. He actually succeeded, but it was in an unconventional way. And the same thing applied to when he actually defeated Wekapipo. He defeated him in a very unconventional way that actually allowed you to see that he actually can adapt situations. I liked Magenta. I think is it Magenta, Magneta. Oh, is it Magneta? Hold up a second. I know it's Magenta. Or it could be, is it Magenta? Is it? No, it's Magenta. I thought I was going nuts. I thought Magenta spelled with a J, but it's actually spelled with a D. With a D, with a G. There we go. My brain's not working today. There we go. It actually can be pronounced Magenta then. I was gonna say, I might be saying that wrong the whole entire time. Well, no, actually, in theory, I wasn't. No, I liked Magenta and Wekapipo. I think they kind of, because someone actually did point it out to me after the stream ended and actually posted it on YouTube. I do thank you for that one, because it's actually a really neat thing to point out, was the fact of how they actually kind of paralleled Johnny and Gyro at the beginning of when they were introduced. I thought it was actually a neat thing, because you have this whole entire idea. You have two characters that are kind of in a way exactly the same, and actually it allows you then to actually kind of wonder how they will defeat each other, because you've got one person's kind of still ball who's more powerful than the other. It's actually kind of a neat thing, and this whole entire idea of that you couldn't see your left side at the beginning was kind of like, wait, what? But then actually kind of got to see it develop and actually kind of see it kind of explored. It was really freaking neat. I thought, oh wow, that was kind of cool, because it's actually one of those things that have to actually adapt to this whole entire thing. It's actually impossible, because let's face it, it's a lot going on. It's just like, what the hell do they do in such a short space of time? But no, they actually managed it. And it doesn't feel as if it's an arse pull either, which is one of those things that JoJo does really perfectly. There's certainly sometimes in certain other mangas, you get this idea that the actual way to defeat the bad guy is kind of like an arse pull. But here it's actually like, no, it constitutes well to the narrative, because it actually kind of does factor in the past, this idea of a miracle. This idea of a miracle that would never actually happen in any other circumstance but this circumstance. And I really did like it, because it's actually one of those things that it kind of feeds back into Gyro's backstory. It actually really allows it to actually kind of come full circle, and I thought it's actually a really neat thing, because he had this whole entire idea, him thinking to himself, Christ, this is the end for me. I thought I actually had this whole entire thing planned out. No, I didn't. It was actually a neat thing to actually do as well, because he did seem as if to be this perfect person, but in theory, no. He's a deeply flawed character as well, and I think it's actually a really neat thing. So, as I said before, how Ringo's character had a very big importance on Gyro's character. I think even more so now, Wekapipo does as well. Also, especially for Johnny's character as well, because I think Johnny's character will slowly develop as time goes on as well. we've had starting points. I think these certain parts will become the litmus test for Johnny's character. And I really do like that. And also the fact is, as I said beforehand, we had this whole entire idea that why doesn't Sandman have the exact same treatment that Wekapipo did? And I thought it was actually a neat thing to actually kind of have a look at and actually kind of deconstruct, because he had this whole entire idea beforehand in the actual stream. That yeah, it's sad that he didn't get the exact same treatment, but at the same time, Wekapipo has a reason to live after the point of when he got defeated, because his sister's still alive. That's one of the things he actually kind of had a reason to live for. I guess what happened with Sandman's the fact that, look, after the fight ended, he failed. He could not then realize the world that he wanted for his people. So factoring that whole entire idea, that he loses all will to live. So it's one of those things. Yeah, I can see that as well with Gyro's characters, as you said beforehand. Gyro's characters with his fights is ideological, and yeah, I like that, because it actually does come true when you think about it. Johnny's one is actually to overcome his weaknesses, and I actually kind of like that. Though I think also Gyro's one is that as well, because Gyro does have a lot of weaknesses. And I think it's actually one of those things that it does factor into his whole entire character as well. That's one of the things the fights also do. So yeah, really, all in all, really freaking good part of JoJo once again. Like, really it is. These volumes are knocking out of the park when it comes to writing and characterization. It's just freaking incredible. This part's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what happens next with volume 15. So yeah, with all that said, I've indeed been the driver. Do apologise for my reading this week. I have no idea. My eyes have been really heavy. It's been factoring into my brain power. I don't know why. It's one of those things that I just think certainly sometimes my actual sleeping schedule is starting to affect my brain. Maybe. I have zero idea. Just something, I guess. It's just something. Yeah, see, the whole thing with Gyro's character, he's a nice person in the violent world, but at the same time, he's one of those characters who's perceived to be perfect, but in theory, he's actually not. He's actually quite a flawed person, which I actually kind of like. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream on Twitch, and you do want to leave a follow, then do leave a follow, because indeed, it does leave quite a bit. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed, it does leave quite a bit. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube, and you do want to stay a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed, it does have quite a bit. But until next week on Monday with another part of JoJo Part 7, I shall see you guys later. Bye for now. Wrong mouse. I used the wrong mouse that time. Adios.